3 hours. 3 hours of invisible, and I am still alive. I tell myself this like a prayer, like a ward against the specific flavour of disaster gathering in my chest. The wine tray bites into my palms. I grip it harder anyway, because if my hands shake, the cups rattle. And if the cups rattle, someone looks. And if someone looks... Don't finish that thought. Move, serve, disappear. The Iron Veil Colosseum swallows sound and breathes it back out changed. Every whisper from the tiered galleries returns as an echo, layered and carnivorous. The torches along the dais columns throw orange light across silk gowns and bared shoulders, and the carefully arranged faces of girls who believe, or have been taught to believe, that being chosen is the same as being saved. I feel sick looking at them. I feel sicker knowing I almost stood among them. And then the herald's voice cracks across the arena like a whip. The scent recognition rite commences. Ritual silence drops like a blade. Every noble in the galleries straightens. The candidates on the presentation floor go still, chins lifted, throats exposed, trained obedient, terrified under the performance of calm. And Calum Draven steps onto the dais. My tray tips. I catch it. 2 cups slosh. None fall. Small mercy. I have not let myself look directly at him all evening. I look now against every screaming instinct that says, don't. And the torchlight does what torchlight does, finds the angles of him like it was designed specifically for this purpose. Black ceremonial jacket, silver clasps, a jaw that looks like a judgment. But he moves to the centre dais with the economy of someone who has never once needed to perform authority, because authority simply bends around him like water around stone. This is the moment Sable's herb draft chooses to fail. It happens the way bad things always happen. Quietly, suddenly, without warning. One breath I'm numb and controlled and passably male, and the next, my pulse spikes and my wolf lifts her head beneath my skin like she's scenting something she's been waiting for without knowing she was waiting. Heat floods up my sternum. I lock my knees and breathe through my mouth the way Sable coached me. Don't inhale, don't respond. You are a wall. You are stone. But the arena is saturated with pine resin and candle wax, and something underneath both that is wild and dark and entirely him. And my body is no longer taking instructions. Kylam moves down the line of candidates with detached, methodical precision. His expression reveals nothing. His eyes are amber. Then between one step and the next, they aren't. Gold, molten, searching. He stops, turns, finds me. The silence drops like a guillotine. One moment the Colosseum breathes, the low murmur of nobility, the shuffle of silk, the ritual drone of the officiants. And then Calum Draven steps off the dais, and every sound dies as if the air itself is holding still to watch. I hear wax spit in the nearest torch. I hear my own inhale catch like a snagged thread. He is walking toward me, not toward the candidates in their prepared rows. Not toward the officiants or the pack lords in the tiered galleries, and or anyone in this arena who has any right to his attention. Toward me, a servant, a nobody, a boy who does not exist. The crowd parts without a word spoken. Shifters who outrank entire bloodlines step back on instinct, clearing a path through the stone floor as though even they feel the gravity of it. The pull of something ancient and absolute rearranging the room around him. My tray tilts. I catch it. I will not drop it. I will not run. Running is a confession, and I am not ready to confess a single thing. Calum stops close enough that his body heat bleeds through my rough-spun tunic, and the scent of him, dark cedar, smoke, and something that smells disturbingly like a storm that has already decided to break, reaches me before I can stop it. My wolf shoves against my sternum like a fist through paper. I breathe through my teeth. And he doesn't perform it, doesn't address the arena, doesn't make it a spectacle. He simply leans, slow, unhurried, sovereign, until his mouth is a breath from my ear and says, very quietly, as though we are the only 2 people in this Colosseum, "You smell like pine smoke and defiance, and you are not a boy." The words land like a blade, cold and exact. Every screaming instinct I have says fold, say nothing, drop to your knees and beg. Instead, I tip my chin up, precisely the wrong thing to do, I know it even as I do it, and meet his eyes with every scrap of insolence I own. "With respect, my lord." My voice comes out steady, a minor miracle. I believe you've mistaken a servant for a candidate. It's warm in here. Scents run strange. The lie is thin as paper. We both know it. Salem doesn't react. He only goes very, very still. When something shifts behind those molten gold eyes. Not doubt, not confusion. Interest. The kind that sharpens when you push back. From the upper gallery I catch Sable's face in the torchlight. Mouth tight, dark eyes blazing one clear message. Opening. Take it now. And I have never wanted to run more in my life. The silence stretches like a blade being drawn slow from its sheath. Kylam doesn't speak. He simply looks at me, studying the geography of my face with the unhurried patience of someone who has already won and merely wants to enjoy the confirmation. The entire Colosseum holds its breath around us. 2,000 shifters gone statue still in their tiered galleries, silk gowns and ceremonial armour forgotten. Even the torches seem to lean in. My pulse is a war drum. My mouth tastes like copper and catastrophe. And then Kylam smiles. Gods, I almost wish he'd snarled instead. Rage I could work with. This slow, sovereign unfurling at the corners of his mouth, the expression of a predator who has decided the chase is going to be delicious. This is so much worse. Something primal in my chest recognizes it as a door closing, a lock engaging. He raises one finger, just one. Unhurried. I should move. I know I should move. My body has simply stopped accepting instructions. Kylam tilts my chin up into the full blaze of the nearest torch bracket, and his knuckle drags a slow, deliberate line across my cheekbone. The coal smear, Sable's careful work, 3 hours of careful work, smears open like a wound. Softer skin beneath. Angles that were never quite masculine no matter how hard I tried to sell them. His dark amber gaze tracks the damage with something that looks terrifyingly close to satisfaction. The murmur starts in the lower galleries and rolls upward. A tide. I watch the moment the crowd's perception shifts. Watch them reassemble my lashes, my jaw, the binding that isn't quite enough, and understand me. The wrong kind of understanding. The kind that can't be undone. My grip on the serving tray simply fails. The crash is obscene in the silence. Goblets spin across black stone, wine bleeding crimson between the cracks, the sound echoing up through the Colosseum's throat like an accusation.